Ready to go.
Lakeisha, all right. All right, we are ready to go. So hello and welcome to all the Strong Max women and Strong Max men that are joining us today around the world. Today, we're going to have a very exciting session with 5 dynamic and successful female leaders that are going to share with us how they worked through their challenges, their learning and growth to reach the highest pinnacle in our company as Crown Diamonds. So we have hopefully 5 speakers. We understand that Joe from the Philippines, who's almost a crown, she's a triple diamond, but we understand that some of our speakers are having a little challenge getting onto the Zoom session right now. But I just want to welcome everyone. And yeah, it's going to be a fabulous way to end December 2020. So as we're starting for the audience, I just want everyone to know, I want to invite you all to comment. There's a chat box down at the bottom, so feel free to comment and I will be going through and checking out the messages that you leave. And as we are on Facebook, feel free to interact and leave any messages in the comment box on Facebook. So anyway, welcome everyone. So I'd like to introduce our first speaker that's going to be joining us, but I'm going to introduce all the speakers. And we have with us today Ann Turnbull. And if you could just do a little wave. And I'm sure everyone knows Ann. And so thrilled to have you here. Thank you, Ann, for joining us. I know that you just finished doing a training of your own in Nigeria. So thank you for making it all work. So welcome. And Ann's, a little bit about Ann's background. Ann is originally from Canada. She comes from the corporate world. And she joined Max over 11 years ago. And Ann's passion is to empower associates with tools and skills that they need for their success. So Ann is a phenomenal trainer. We've all learned from her and her skills, and she's produced many diamonds in her team. So we've got a great leadership here with Ann joining us. And Ann has done something really brave and bold. She moved from Canada, and 6 years ago, she moved to Africa. So she's going to tell you a little bit more about her journey from Toronto, Canada to Ghana, and then now where she is in Nigeria. So I want to acknowledge you, Ann, for receiving, I believe in 2020, you received the Max Visionary Award. Is that correct?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, congratulations for that honor. And also, I want to acknowledge you big time for building this business single-handedly. A lot of the women that we're going to be sharing with today and will be sharing with us have built this with their husbands in partnership, but you built it on your own. Yes, you have a team, but without a partner. So for that, I tip my hat to you because that takes something. So really kudos to you for being able to do that. And I'm thrilled and I can't wait to hear how you did that and all the special tips that you have for all of us. So thank you, Ann, for being here. The next speaker that I'm going to introduce is, now where's Nana Amma? I think she's still back on. So Nana Amma is born and raised in Accra, Ghana. She's married to Dr. Bright and also a Crown Diamond. And Nana Amma is a new mom. She's got a little one. I think her name is Alina. Am I saying it right, Nana Amma?
Yeah.
Yeah. How old is your little one?
10 months.
10 months. Oh, exciting. Oh, now she's going to start getting into everything. So your hands are full with being a mom and having a huge team that you're building in Africa. And I know it's mainly in Ghana, but have you got businesses in other countries around the world as well?
Yeah.
Awesome. So you've also reached the pinnacle of Crown Diamond with Max International. And people that know you know your entrepreneurial skills, know the determination that you have for making a difference for other women and bringing them up with their leadership because of the example that you set. So congratulations for having global success. And I know that you with your husband, Dr. Bright, are building this business. And some of your achievements are that you part of the Max Advisory Council member. You're a $1 Million Circle member. And I believe that all of our speakers today, not if you are a $1 Million Circle member. I think Anna, yeah, it is. So Nana Amma, Ann Turnbull, Tammy, Cuckoo, and Joe are all $1 Million Circle members. So for all of you women that are watching this, listen closely because here are 5 women that are all part of our Global Max Strong Women and our family that have earned $1 million in this business. So they're going to teach us what they've done, and you're going to be able to do the same thing. So this is a platform to be on, and this is a business to be involved with. And also, Nanem, I just want to congratulate you because you won the Visionary Award from Max International in 2018. So congratulations for your accomplishment. That's great. That's great.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Now, is Kuku on the platform with us? Okuchi, has she made it on? Not yet. Okay.
I'm yet to receive a response from her.
She's coming in from Nigeria. So I will then introduce our next speaker that we're going to have joining us today. And that's none other than Tammy Sellers-Jinra. And Tammy Sellers is a crown diamond. A lot of people call her like the mom crown diamond because we are all part of her team, and her husband Christian have taken this business from inception when Max International started 13 years ago, and have really given it their heart, their time, their travel to have this business grow for so many people around the world. Now, Tammy, you have on your vision board, I saw, but I don't remember the number. You put a number on your vision board probably about 2 years ago on how many diamonds you wanted to have in your team. What was that number?
Up to now, there's 87.
87. Wow. Wasn't it 40 that you said you wanted 40 diamonds on your team?
The goal was 60.
60.
And yeah, I honestly, we're not counting. It wasn't until this year that I really wanted to take it to another level. And I started counting, and I'm going, oh my gosh, you don't realize when you're just out there serving, right?
Wow. So you've surpassed that. So for everyone that is new to this or that listens to this call and is new to Max, to be a diamond, you're earning over 100,000 US minimum. So congratulations to you for the mentorship and the example that you've set for all of us. Other than being busy with your Max business, I know that you're a mother of 4 and a grandmother of how many? 6? 6, yeah. Look, does Tammy look like a grandmother? No. So get on these products and stay youthful for forever. And Tammy, I also want to recognize that you're a co-author of a book with your husband Christian. You wrote Freedom Formula, and it's all about breaking the cycle of poverty in network marketing. And we know that you are breaking the cycle of poverty. We know that that's a very strong mission for you, and acknowledge you for that. And you are a mentor to many in the world. In our Max community. And Tammy also teaches a program. It's called Freedom Formula. It's a 90-day program that's on twice a year, and that's for free. So here we have this mentorship, and we have these women that give from their heart and their expertise and their talent. So thank you to all of you that are here with us now. We will introduce other speakers as they join us, but thank you so much, beautiful crown diamonds, for being here with us. So today's interview, and it's going to be from the heart, ladies. You got to tell it like from the deepest core of you. And the title for today's interview is From Struggle to Success. So what we want to hear from you, Crown Diamonds, is number one, the first question is, I'd like you to share with our audience your greatest personal joy in reaching your rank of Crown Diamond. So is that for you? Was it personal growth? Is it maybe you found your life's purpose, a mission to make a difference for others, building your self-confidence, whether it's for yourself or for others, but really share from your heart. And I'm going to ask you, and if you could go first and just let us know, what is the greatest joy that you have in reaching that level of Crown Diamond, and what does it mean for you?
Okay, thank you, Jasmine. Thanks for hosting this great call. It's a nice way to wrap up 2021, and thanks for having me on as well.
Our pleasure.
So I am gonna share from the heart, and I'll share some things on this call that I don't know if I've ever shared or talked about. You know, for me, I come from the corporate world, corporate sales and marketing. I was always an achiever. I've always done very well, and whatever I set mind to, I just set it to achieve. And so I was climbing up the corporate ladder, and that was always what I did. I just climbed up to the next level. I was doing very well. I made a lot of money. But I came to a point where I really felt like I didn't have joy and fulfillment from my work. And I remember one time, somewhat early on in my career, when our CEO at the time asked me, Anne, what are your passions? And I thought to myself, I don't have any passions. And it really felt very, it didn't feel good. I mean, yes, I love my family. Oh, I like to read, like it just didn't feel like that was good enough. And it kind of struck me like, oh, I don't have any passions, and that didn't feel good. So I started to look around for what else I could do, because I really didn't see myself stay in the corporate world for another 20 years when I wasn't having that joy. And, it's not easy to leave something that's paying you very money, especially I'm divorced. So I don't have my own children. I don't have my own family. My mother, who most of you know I'm very close to. I have one sister and brother, but I don't have a family of my own. So I didn't have anyone else to help me pay the bills. It was just me. And quite frankly, I was living, a lot of Canadians do this, but it might surprise some of our friends from Africa, but we in Canada also live with a lot of debt. And I was making a lot of money, but I was spending a lot of money. And I was actually really living in debt always. My credit cards were never paid off. Probably in 20 years, my credit cards were never paid off. I was buying things that, I didn't have the cash to pay for. So it was a very interesting time. I never really thought that was a bad way to live. I just knew that the next paycheck would come and I would manage and I would keep afloat. And so I would say that for me, when I started working with Max, I really found that passion. I really found that passion. And when I went to Africa for the first time, I was doing all right in Max. I was dabbling. I don't think I was all in, but I loved it. But when I went to Africa, that's when I felt like, oh my goodness, Africa is calling me. I've never been. And I went to Ghana when we were opening. And I just felt somehow a tug. And I quit my job at that point. I moved to Ghana. And then I moved to Nigeria when we opened there. And a few years ago, most of you know, I sold everything I own in Canada and I became a permanent resident in Nigeria. And what I feel, my greatest joy in reading where I have reached with Max is that I actually know that I have made a difference in tens of thousands of families' lives. And I feel like this is what I was put on this earth to do. So not only do I have my passion, but I have my life's purpose. And it has been very exciting. Honestly, it's given me so much joy. Every year I just feel more.
I'm just going to ask you just to pause just for a second. We need to mute out the background noise. We got it?
Mhm.
Okay, awesome. So I just want to reiterate and just repeat what you said because it was so impactful and important. The last part that I heard you before it got noisy was that you have changed tens of thousands of families. See, as you say that, it makes me realize it's not just individuals, but it's families. So if you can just go from there, I mean, I'm moved already to tears just thinking about the impact and the difference you've made and how brave you were. We all thought, what is she doing? She's moving from Canada to Ghana by herself. It's like, what? And then Nigeria. So continue on, please. I just wanted everybody to hear what you have to say. It's so important.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jasmine. Yeah. So I know that I found my life's purpose. It's been very beautiful. And I know I can't rest until I impact so many families. And it is families that we impact. And I think that's another reason that it's so meaningful for me because I don't have my own family. So, so I know that I'm leaving that legacy that I wouldn't have by with my own children. So that's it, really.
So the children of Africa are your children. How beautiful.
And the children of the world, I want to go much bigger, much, much bigger. And I rest until I've done a lot more.
Awesome. That's beautiful. So I feel your joy. I really, really get it. Thank you for that. Thank you. I know where you're coming from and I get where you have the drive to keep going all the time. So thank you for that. Nana Emma, can you share with us your greatest personal joy in reaching the rank of Crown and what it means for you?
Max morning, ladies.
Excellent.
It's an honor to be on this platform to share my experience with you beautiful ladies. I'm going to tell a bit of myself that, as Anne said, most of you ladies don't know. I can't remember when I joined Max, some associate actually thought I was a foreigner because of my surname then was Gomez. So everybody thought, okay, she's probably from a rich home, she's been traveling, touring the world, and she just decided to do Max for fun. But the truth is, it wasn't so. I wouldn't use the word humble because then it will mean that I'm trying to sympathize with my background, which I don't want to, because I need to be myself today. I came because I'm no longer in that situation, from a very bad home, like poor home. I growing up, I remember at times we could we could sleep in uncompleted buildings. And I remember as young as 12 years old, it was raining heavily and we were in church and somebody ran to tell my mom that the landlord had just thrown everything of ours out and it had flooded. So the rain was just literally washing our stuff away. So as young as I was just running after my clothes, picking my shoe from this side. And that is the life that I grew up in, not having a place to lay your head, no shelter, no food. It was that difficult, like staying home for like a whole year because you don't have money to pay for fees. Your elder brother and younger brothers would have to sacrifice their education in order for one person to achieve maybe a senior high school education. So right from senior high, I had to cater for myself. And the moment I completed senior high, everything went extremely bad. So I'm the fifth born. My mom has 6 kids, my dad has 3. So in all, we are 9. I'm the 7th born in total. But then everything fell on me at that moment. And I found Max in 2015, November 26th. I will never forget that day. It took my cousin about 6 months to get me to finally sit through a presentation. And I am grateful to her for being so persistent, because had it not been that persistency with her on me, I wouldn't have met this opportunity. And when I got the opportunity, I had lost my job. My boss decided not to pay me. She just fired without any reasons. And taking care of my mom, my siblings, rent and everything was a huge struggle for me. I think I mentioned it in Chris and Tammy's book that as at that moment, the only money I had on me was about $20 or $40 or so. That was like my entire life savings. And when I saw the presentation, all I wanted was just to hit bronze, because that money was going to do a whole lot of change in my life. But then I got to bronze and I'm like, no, the sky is not my limit. I need to go further. This is not a life that I want for myself, because I'm looking at something bigger, something way bigger than myself. I'm looking at taking care of other people aside from my family members, because at a point in my life, I had strangers taking care of me. So I need to extend to that. I need to be a blessing to other people as well. So then it became a personal goal to reach. So when we got to Double Diamond, I met Dr. Bright when he was a diamond. And then at Double Diamond, we decided to merge our accounts and build together. So we quickly got legally married. So for the record, we were legally married in 2016. And then we merged our accounts. We built so fast to Double Diamond. And then when we hit Double Diamond, I think in 4 months' time, we hit triple. And I quite remember before we hit double, he told me he wanted Double Diamond as a birthday gift. And it was a mission impossible. The moment he mentioned it, I'm like, Bright, are you crazy? That is so not possible. Look at the volumes we need and look at what we have now. But there's nothing like impossible. To me, impossible means impossible. So it means that it is possible. There's nothing impossible when you set your mind to it. So we did hit Triple Diamond. And then it was his turn. I told him, look, now it's crown. I know it's a huge vase, but then we need to hit crown before September. And in August, the last day of August, you should have seen me in the Max office. My hair was in a mess. Like I was so stressed, so tired. When we finally hit crown, I didn't even know we had to hit crown. People were just jubilating in the office. I was like, what is going on? Why are they all so excited? Why is he jumping up and down? So it was that crazy. But at that moment, I felt that wasn't the end. It was the beginning of a new chapter. Because when you hit crown, now you have a lot of family to take care of. And when I say family, I'm not talking about my biological family.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Max associates, because we are a family. I don't call anybody my downline. No, that word is just a no-no in my dictionary. You are my business partner. You are my family. Because when you succeed in your business, I also succeed. So even in order for me to get to where I want to go to, I need to make sure that you cross your destination, and then I can also follow you, because your responsibility is now my responsibility. And the only way we can achieve that is if we work hand in hand. So now the responsibility became so huge, taking care of my biological family and then taking care of my Max family. At a point in time, I didn't even have time for my mom. Like, she could complain a lot. And yes, now I'm living comfortably, but I barely see you. And I go like, you're not the only one who needs me. I have like thousands of people out there who need me so much more than you do. So the little chance you get to spend with me, I think you should appreciate it. Let me go out there and also try and make a living for other people, make a meaning for other people. Let other people also have the experience that I am having, because trust you me, in Ghana, poverty is a very high rate. So for me, my main goal, my main vision, my main mission and ambition for joining Max was just not to take my family out of poverty, but also to take a lot of people out of poverty, especially the women. Because in Ghana, to be specific, women are going through a lot, especially when they are single mothers. Because my mom was a single mother. She took care of me up until I was old enough. That was when my dad came in. And when he came in, there was nothing. He had lost his job. Everything was bad. So it literally fell on my mom. So growing up and seeing the hassle she went through, the pain, the agony, I felt that this is my time. I have been given this opportunity in order to pave way for women like myself, for those young girls who are growing in the same way that I grew up in, to also come out from that situation and get other women to also come out from them. So that at the end of the day, they won't have to go to an extreme of doing certain things that they had sworn to themselves never to do, but because of circumstances, they end up doing. And that is something that I so don't want to see women going through, because we are powerful. Women are way powerful than what we think. And sometimes all we need is just the support, a little bit push from that extra person to let you know that, hey, you're a woman. But then don't let it just stick in your head that you always say that we are in a men's world. It is never ever men's world, because the men can't do anything without the women. So yes.
You got that.
It is.
My
Thumbs up from the guys on the session.
Yes, we need to give up. We need to appreciate ourselves for that. So if you're a woman and you're on this call, look, I am telling you today, put yourself first. Never ever allow anybody to belittle you. Look, you are more than you think you are. Trust you me. If you can only stand in front of a mirror and just look at your being, you would know who you are. You are a lion. It's time for you to roar. Thank you.
Awesome. Wow. What a fabulous share that you just had with us. Talk about a contrast, where you came from and where you are, and what you said, that with huge struggles, there are also huge responsibilities. So thank you for that, because you are a blessing to other people and you are definitely setting examples for other women. So thank you so much for that. Wow. That was very moving. Really, really grateful to hear that, because I didn't know your story. So great to hear that. Yes, thank you. So now I'm just gonna ask, does anybody know, can you, because I don't want to move my screen, do we see, is Joe Guatemala from the Philippines, or is Kuku from Nigeria? Are they on? And Kuku's formal name, for those of you that don't know, is Akwuchi Asolo. Is she on? Okay, so I'm going to now go. Okay, I don't see them on the screen. So Tammy, can you share with the audience what your greatest joy is? I mean, you've been with Max now, as we said earlier, for 13 years from the inception of Max, and share with us, what's your greatest joy? What is it that gets you up in the morning and has you keep going? Because all of you ladies could be sitting in a spa, relaxing on the beach, but that's not what you do. So share with us the joy that you have within you for this business and for what you do.
Wow, I didn't realize there's so many lessons within everybody's story. I think we should be doing a lot of sessions on storytelling because I'm learning so much from Anne and Nana. I mean, the things that I'm hearing about you, I didn't even know these things, and I thought I knew you. So this is amazing. I love this. Okay, you ready for my transparency? I didn't realize we're going to need some Kleenex for all this.
Oh, yeah. I'm prepared.
Oh my gosh. Okay, for those of you who, I mean, all of you see us for who we are today. So I'm going to go back. As a child, I was the shyest. I was a child of 4. I had 3 siblings, and I was the shyest kid you'll ever meet. Anybody would ring the doorbell, I was behind my mother. I was even sometimes when she wore a dress, I go under her dress and she's pushing me out from underneath her dress. Yes, I was the shyest kid in the family. I was the child that had difficulty learning. And I remember my mom used to say, "Why can't you be like the other kids?" Sorry.
It's okay. It's real. That's what this is about. This is real. People can relate. Other women can relate to this. So thank you for being so vulnerable. We really appreciate this. That's what this is about. So go ahead.
And it wasn't like the other kids. I didn't learn like the other kids, but I had a gift. And I knew I was going to have a great life. I knew when I was young, it's crazy because I knew I was going to be rich and I didn't know how. I knew it. I didn't know anything about what I wanted to do. My education was horrible. I made it through high school only because I needed my mom's blessing to get married. That marriage didn't work out. I was 21 years old. I was divorced with a child. Wow. Anyways, I ended up becoming an entrepreneur. I didn't want to be an employee. I became an entrepreneur very, very young. And I decided that I was going to the top, no matter what I did. Like Anne, I was just a doer. I was hungry. I wanted to succeed in my life, no matter what. My parents didn't have much. You know, we just made ends meet, bottom line. And I wanted more in my life. So I became a swimsuit designer. I owned a manufacturing company. I got into another relationship, had another child, and went through another difficult relationship. Interesting that I ended up as a swimsuit designer, I ended up burning the candles at both ends and burn out. I don't know if you guys knew, but I ended up with scarlet fever. Wow. And when I was sick, really, 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 really sick, I had a lot of things to think about. So I had many turning points in my life that brought me who I am today, and a lot of struggle, and a lot of people laughing at me, putting me down as being small. We got beat up in neighborhoods. Like there was a lot that we had to go through. So fast forward as a designer, when I was sick, I realized my employees would never work as hard as me. And that really showed when I got sick because my numbers went down. I was paying 2 different rents, one for the manufacturing in my company, one for the boutique. And I was just